This reading finds a very specific earth angel. And today, I'm inviting you to claim this energy. This healing is meant to be accepted, it's meant to be wrapped around you like a healing blanket, like a huge hug from the divine. And this is your friendly reminder. If you're catching the replay, you can always 2x your speed or click the timestamps below to jump straight to the message. Before we begin, I want to tell you about the energies I was working with before going live. So, yesterday, my kids were watching Spider-Man 2, and the scene where Electro is getting broken out of the prison, and Harry Osborn says to him, "I need you," and Electro's like, "You need me?" And like that, the whole scene just like jumped out at me. And so I feel like right now, you feel like nobody needs you. You feel like it really doesn't matter if you are here anymore, if you're in somebody's life, if you are doing this or doing that. And that couldn't be further from the truth, okay? The next sign, this is really interesting. So I meditate before I go to bed every night. And last night I fell asleep meditating, so I had my earbuds in. Well, I woke up at 12:12 a.m. to a song, Her and the Banks by Tyler Childers. I don't really listen to Tyler Childers. And then another song, Wanna Be Loved by the Red Clay Strays. I don't really listen to them either. And so I'm not sure why YouTube was playing that music for me. It was YouTube music. So I went and I was listening to some of the words, and it was very much like feeling like you're not needed, you're not loved, you're not wanted anymore. And for earth angels, like you give so much love, so it's so hard not to feel that love returned. And then the other song that came through was One Moment More by Orvac. Another angel number that may be important to you is 1221. And then we can talk about the cards that are in the thumbnail. So when I was working with the Maiden, the Page of Wands and the Three of Wands came out. And I was like, yes, it is a new page in their story. It's a new chapter. It's time for more fire. It's time for more excitement, more passion. Earth angels have been through it, right? They've given and given and given, and it's time for them to enjoy life and have fun and meet people that bring them, refill their cup, light their fire, right? When I was working with the mother, I had the where'd it go? Eight of Wands and the Three of Swords. And so all of this heartbreak and feeling unloved and unneeded and nobody wants you and like you just want somebody to appreciate you. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that? What I'm seeing is like that can swiftly change. That heartbreak can be released. You can, in the thumbnail, it is the charred heart. They're holding a heart that is charred, right? And so in our mental space, can we release that pain? Can we release that suffering so that spirit can come so swiftly with the eight of wands and move us from this place to where we are really meant to be. We're meant to be loved, where our wings are just like being stitched back together, right? Lovingly, kindly. And then with the crone, I got the Ace of Swords, and then the Eight of Swords was on the bottom of the deck. And so I thought that was such beautiful energy going from the Eight of Swords, where you feel trapped, where you feel confused, where you feel like everything is keeping you limited, to the Ace of Swords, where the clarity is so pure and so powerful that nothing can hold you back. Nothing can limit you, right? You're limitless. So that's the energy we're working with today. Before we go live, we're going to do some breath work. Not go live, I'm already live. Before we do the collective reading, we're going to do some breath work. Breath work is a wonderful activity to ground you into this present moment. Earth angels, are you grounding? Because I know you're all up in spiritual realms all the time. You need to ground. You need to spend time in nature, and breath work is a great way to ground, okay? This simple breathing exercise you can do anywhere. You can do it in your car, as soon as you get off work, before you go to work, when you're dropping the kids off, when you're getting back from the grocery store, after you just finish eating. It's a very simple exercise. It takes less than a few minutes. And the impact on your life, the impact on your health will be so, so significant. So please, I invite you to join me now, and I invite you to do this in your life, okay? So we're going to breathe in through the nose for 4. We're going to hold for 4, breathe out through the mouth for 4, and then we're going to hold for 4. We'll do 3 rounds of this breathing. Are you ready? Let's begin. Very lovely. When I was doing that, the energy switched for a few minutes. And it reminded me, I live in the South and we have cicadas, and they're very loud at night, but it's a really soothing, kind of relaxing sound. But right before a storm comes in, everything goes quiet, even the cicadas. And so in my mind, like I was like, where's the cicadas? It's quiet. So it's like the calm before the storm. But the storm doesn't have to be like scary. It's like the storm that's going to clear out all this pain and make way for healing to come in. Okay. So the way this reading will work, can I speak? Is we're going to pull a message from the maiden, the mother, and the crone. I will read those messages, and then we will pull a card from the vagus nerve deck. That is exercises to help you regulate your nervous system. And for me, it's a way to ground this message into your real life, carry it forward with you, and to help you get it to sink into your muscles, right? And then at that point, I will go ahead and open up to personal readings. If you just want to put your name and your question in the chat, I will get to it at the very end. If you can't stay, you can always catch the answer in the replay. Okay? Maiden. For the earth angel here that finds this message, they don't realize their wings are being restored. They don't realize they need to sit and rest in this energy and claim this energy. What guidance can we have for them, please? We have the Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. It's interesting we had so much swords energy coming out earlier, and that's the first card. We have the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull the message from the mother. Sorry, guys. I'm like trying to figure out the best way to set these up on the table. There we go. Mother. This earth angel. Oh, it's like she's saying, hush, child, hush. Hush, child, hush. It's all going to be okay. Hush, child, hush. That's what she's saying. For this earth angel. Yeah, I've been through it. For this earth angel that doesn't realize their wings are being restored, what guidance can you please bring for them today? The Two of Wands, bottom of the deck. The Ace of Swords. The Empress. And the Hermit. Thank you, Mother. And now we're going to pull our message from the crone. Crone, for this earth angel that has given so much love, that has given so much kindness to the world, even to earth. I'm saying you've given so much kindness to earth. What guidance for them, please? To help them rest in this period where their wings are being restored, where they can soar in hope and joy again. You have the Two of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. It's really interesting because I was going to say with the Ace of Swords, it reminded me of yesterday's reading where I opened with like, don't believe everything you think. And then the Two of Pentacles was like a major card in that reading. So if you guys want to watch it, I will link it in the replay for you guys. First card we got is the Three of Pentacles. I've never noticed it in this artwork before, but this man and woman, it looks like they're arguing, but she has her hand around his elbow, like in his arm here. So it reminds me like an old married couple. Four of Pentacles. Interesting. And the Three of Swords again. Yeah, so of course there is pain. Of course there has been hurt. But healing is here, friends. Healing and peace and joy is waiting for you. Okay. Let's go ahead and start with the Maiden's message. With the Page of Pentacles. This is all grounded, earthly things, right? Material things, your health, your wealth. What I'm hearing is you've been so in the spiritual for so long. This is a time for you to learn how to ground all that spiritual energy back into your life, right? It's like you haven't been grounded, and so when you give, it just zaps you so much. When you are pouring out love and kindness to others, it just like wipes you out because you don't have that connection to earth to ground that heavenly energy, as above, so below, right? We have to have that conduit grounded. Otherwise, you're just like way too floaty, right? So now is a time for you to really learn the best ways as a student, the best ways to ground this energy for you. I'm seeing this as more with like your physical body, not necessarily with your finances. So some ways that work great for me, going out into nature, sitting by water, listening to bird song, sitting with trees, touching trees. Just think about trees, man. They're like ancient. Been in the same place for hundreds of years, for decades, for sure. And they see so much. And yet they're the secret keepers, right? Who are they going to tell? And, they have their network of roots underneath the earth. They can communicate with each other for sure. But I just love trees. I love trees. They have such special magic for us. As you learn to ground more and more of your spiritual energy, right? I'm seeing this needs to be a daily practice for you, and probably multiple times a day. And I get it. Everybody has a very busy life, right? And that's why this practice needs to be about devotion. It needs to be not about discipline, not about an outcome. It needs to be about the process of becoming a spiritual master. And to do that, you have to ground it, right? You have to ground it into the world, because otherwise you're going to be lost. Your body is going to fall apart. You're not going to be able to hold the energy. It's a mess. And so with the Eight of Pentacles, this is the card of the master, right? You're diligently working at something over and over and over again. But I'm saying do it with love, right? Do it with childlike awe and amazement at the, if you're looking out at nature, even the simplest thing like a leaf. It reminds me of the Bluey episode where they play Born Yesterday, and the dad at the end isn't playing anymore, and he's just staring at a leaf in amazement. Because, think of the intricacies of a leaf. And there's how many leaves on a tree? I don't know. Lots of leaves. How can we approach this activity in a way that is childlike and encouraging, curious, honoring your inner child? Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Honoring your inner child, letting your inner child play again. We're taught to grow up so fast, but our inner children are always there, and they always want to come out to play. So make this a daily practice where you are communing with nature, where you're grounding yourself, where you're checking in with your body, right? Listening to your body. And soon enough, passion will emerge. Life force will be just funneled into you, is what I'm hearing. You'll be able to move forward with excitement and joy. And when you give, because you are grounding, because you are taking care of yourself first, when you give, you'll have the clarity you have with the Queen of Swords here. You'll know when to give and when not to give. When you are grounded enough to give, and when your energy is full enough to give, and when not to give. And you'll give from a place of love and joy, from a place of abundance, from a place of pure life force energy, where creativity and inspiration can flow again. Maybe you've been stuck right now. You feel like you don't know where to go, what to do. You're not really sure. You're having some blocks in your life. Yeah. Nature walks are wonderful for getting those juices flowing again. We move now to the message from the mother. The Ace of Swords starting us off. This talks about how history is written by the winner, and how if you are the one in charge of writing the story, you have to be very mindful of that responsibility, right? The power of Quill, the one who writes the story. And so what I'm hearing is, obviously this thing up here is what's writing your story. I didn't mention this, but I was going to put it in as one of the signs, but I'll just talk about it now with this card. I kept hearing meaningless life is meaningless. And that's in Songs of Solomon, I'm pretty sure he says that in the Bible. And I kept thinking about it, and it's always bothered me that it was in there. And I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? It's so true. Life is meaningless. The only meaning anything has is the meaning that we ascribe to it, right? If something is good or bad, that's something we're deciding in here. If something is successful or a failure, it's something we're deciding in here. Ultimately, nothing has meaning. Nothing has any value unless we ascribe it to it, unless we give it that value, unless we give it that meaning. So in your life, stop giving the meaning away to people that don't value you. Stop giving the meaning away to people that don't see your gift and value your gifts, or see your unique, quirky side and value that. Right now, as your wings are being stroked and loved by all your guides, can you rest in the abundance of love that can be found within you? Can you rest in the luxury of this now moment? Are you anxious right now? Are you worried? Are you a little bit fired up, a little angsty? If you are, that's because your nervous system is so fried. Come on, man. You got to ground yourself. But the mother's inviting you. Hush, child. Hush. Hush, child. Hush this mind. Hush. Right. And it's such a hard thing to do. I'm not, I have ADHD. I get it. It's a hard thing to do. But the way you do it isn't by rejecting the thoughts that come in. There's some thoughts that I keep having that they're not bad thoughts. They're just annoying me. And I keep catching myself thinking, can you please stop thinking this? And I'm like, that's not going to help. That's not how we get the thoughts to go away, right? That's a judgment of the thoughts, right? So the way we get the thoughts to stop, the way we get them to slow down, and then they just stop showing up, is to see them and say, there is a thought about this. Interesting. I wonder why. And you don't even have to wonder why. You can just say, there is a thought about this, as a statement, as a fact. Because in this now moment, there was a thought, and you had the awareness to catch the thought. That's the first step, right? Most people don't even realize they're thinking the same thing all day long, and it's making them so upset all day long. So can you rest in this now moment? Can you listen to the mother as she says, hush, child, hush, child, hush, child? Can you allow her to wrap her arms around you? This could be Mother Nature, right? We're talking about grounding. Can you allow her to wrap her comforting arms around you? She gives to us every day, all day long. When did you say thank you last? The air you're breathing is because of her. When did you say thank you last? Thank you, Mother Earth. And last from the mother, we have the Hermit. Yeah, it's interesting that I was talking about how I did meditation last night, and one of the signs was those songs that I don't listen to that just popped up. Well, I listened to one of them. I listened to One Moment More, but the other ones I don't really listen to. When this card came out earlier, I saw those red hands. And it's almost like there's some type of desperate energy trying to find its way out. Especially look at the wings there. Yeah. Desperate energy trying to find its way out of you. It's ready to be released. But I'm hearing you need to go within. And this may be something that you need to work with a spiritual elder on. I know this is not the Hierophant, but I'm getting the idea of like a shaman or somebody, an elder in your community that can help you work through. I'm almost feeling like it's generational. Personally, in my life, I was carrying generational anger, um, and I knew it. Like I kept having visions of just girls running through the forest and screaming, like just I knew it was not just my anger. I could tell. I'm getting cold chills, so this is very important for somebody. So there's something you're dealing with that is not yours, and you agreed to deal with it in this life, right? You agreed to be the one that stops it. When we're thinking about any type of healing we're doing, whether that's shadow work or trauma or anything, there's no need to blame, right? We don't need to blame our parents or their parents or the parents before them or the society. Like, blame is not going to solve the problem. We approach this saying the buck stops here. I now see this energy and it's not going to go any further. It stops here. Now, sometimes we are not equipped to do that by ourselves. And I personally was not. I had done so much intentional work with anger. I had done so much intentional work. And I was like, I don't understand why I'm so angry. I have sat with the things that I'm angry about. Why am I angry? And so I went and worked with um, a Reiki practitioner. And we were talking about it. She's like, oh, yeah. She's like, I see it. Because I told her, I was like, this is not my anger. I don't know what's going on. So you need to work with someone else is what I'm hearing to help sever that tie, right? If you have done all the work that you can do and you are still coming up against this, and it could be depression, it could be anxiety, it could be fear. I'm not sure what it was. For me specifically, it was anger, right? But I'm saying like it desperately needs to come out with those hand marks on the wall. So find someone, obviously make sure that you vet them, you trust them, that they are qualified to help you. And ultimately, you don't necessarily need help. If you go and connect with your soul will guide you to the way to do it, right? But a lot of times it is nice to work with others, to have community. So, all right, now if we move on to the message from the crone. Yeah, of course. Yeah. The first card is the Three of Pentacles. This is about collaboration and working with other people. So, yeah, in this period, I'm hearing you've been hurt by others. Earth Angel, you've been hurt. So it's like, how can I trust people when they keep hurting me? Yeah. And this is where it's very important. I know this is not the boundaries card. I would think more of like the Nine of Wands is the boundaries card. But what I'm hearing here is like with her handing out pentacles, this is where you need to get very intentional with your boundaries. Let someone prove their value to you, prove their reliability, prove their dependability. Don't just offer them parts of yourself without seeing that they're going to reciprocate. Don't just offer them access to your energy, access to your purity, access to your love. Like, we are love to everyone, right? But there's different depths of love that we can express to people. Keep it here. Hold it in the seat of the chest. Hold it in the seat of the soul, right? I'm not hearing that you need to be stingy, or you're not holding on too tightly, but there is this level, like it's reminding me of a scale here. There is this level of weighing what should be given, what should you hold on to, right? This is the stability card. We're going to be very stable in our energy because we have done so much grounding work, because we have connected with Mother Nature, because we've connected with our body. And through that, we're able to prevent more of this Three of Swords. Pain is always going to show up. There's always going to be heartbreak. And it's the question of not, am I going to get hurt? But do I feel like this relationship is worth the pain it's going to bring? That's the question you ask, right? I know I'm going to have pain. Life is messy. Most life comes with pain, right? Even the birthing of life brings pain. But is that relationship worth the price of that pain? Is that relationship one where we can work through that pain together, where I can bring that pain forward and we can discuss it, where I can rest and know that I'm safe to speak about this pain, that I'm not going to be judged? And can you approach this person in a way where you're not coming at them judgmentally, you're not coming at them aggressively, you're not pointing fingers, you're just sharing what you experienced? Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and pull our message from the Vegas Nerve deck. I think we're going to do calm today. One card, please, to help this collective ground this message into their bodies. Help them ground their nervous system, please, so they can learn to trust, learn to love in a way that's free, in a way that's abundant. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I've been learning some new breathing exercises, and I have not been practicing them myself, but I have felt so called to do this what this card says, alternate nostril breathing, is one of our breathing exercises for probably 2 or 3 weeks. And I'm like, that's a lot to explain. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Everybody's going to click off. Like, my ego is over here like blah, 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 blah. And now this card pops out. So we'll get to do it. All right. So alternate nostril breathing. This technique balances the left and right hemispheres of the brain, fostering a sense of calm and concentration. Deliberately breathing in and out through alternate nostrils triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, producing a calming effect. Find a comfortable seat. Use your right thumb to close off your right nostril. Inhale through your left nostril. So, I think it's these two. Yeah, so you use these two, I think. So this, and then you just take turns going back and forth. You can kind of like, you can't really see. So like that, like that. Okay, so you're going to close off the right nostril. Inhale through the left. Close your left nostril using your right ring finger. Release your right to exhale. Gently inhale through your right. Close the right. Exhale through the left. Close the left. Oh, this completes one sequence. So it's a bit more confusing. So you inhale, close, and then you exhale through the opposite side. Then you inhale through the opposite side, close, back and forth. Continue this pattern for 5 to 10 cycles, allowing your breath to guide you into a state of balance and relaxation. It's too early in the morning for me to be able to do this effectively for you guys. So maybe next time when we have a later live stream, I will do this. But yeah, alternate nostril breathing. Okay. That finishes it up for the collective reading. If you would like a personal reading, go ahead and pop your question and name in the chat. Okay, let's see. Where is it at? Let's see. Okay. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Kaja. Hello, Juanita. I'm not sure if you're still here because that was from a long time ago. Yeah, you can, Kaja. Good morning, Bernadette. Hi, Michael. Are you still here too? No, nobody's here. Okay, well, I will pull these questions let's see. Let me get all my cards cleared out, and then I will pull. Looks like Michael has the first question. And then we'll do Bernadette after that. Bernadette, you remind me of The Big Bang Theory. I love that show. It's so good. Hello, Princess. Nice to see you. I'm going to go ahead and do these questions up at the top. And then I will get to any new questions. All right. I have a lot of cards up here. It's just going to take me a minute. Sorry. Sure can, Kelly. I will do that after I get through all these other questions. Thank you for commenting in the chat and letting everybody know how we run things here. Appreciate that. Okay. Almost done clearing these cards out because I had a whole table full today. All right, so Michael, what cards could I get on my love? Let me go make sure that he didn't ask another question real quick. Oh, I need to show these so I know what's going on. There we go. Oh, no, I know you're not being pushy, Kelly. No worries, hon. I'm kind of hard to push around. All right, so Michael. What cards can we get on Michael's love life, please? All right, Michael, you have the Page of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Ooh, nice, nice. The first card that popped out for you was the Eight of Pentacles. And then we also have the King of Pentacles. So what I'm hearing is, in particular, Michael, with this card, this Eight of Pentacles talks about the Sacred Smith, and she's a female, right? And this is male-dominated career. So there's something about in your love life that may be a little bit non-conventional, non-traditional, that you really desire, because in this card, like, she really wants to be a smith, like, to everyone around her, like her mom's so disappointed in her and that's what she wants. So there's something in your love life that you're super passionate about with the Page of Wands here. It could be rather new. It could be a little bit wild, is what I thought when I saw this card, just because, like, the way she's dressed and the tiger, that energy is just kind of like wild. And what I'm hearing is, like, if this is really what you want, you need to go after it and do what's required to foster this in your love life. With the King of Pentacles being here, he is a sovereign, right? He is a king. He makes the laws. He is very solid in himself. And so while most people may not accept however you're approaching love, I'm not sure what this is here. I'm seeing it's very grounded, though. This is both pentacle energy. Like, this is very grounded in, like, you know what you want. And you need to work in this. And, like, this card talks about wild, too. So, like, there's something about unleashing. Like, stop holding back. Unleash those desires. Yeah, with the Page of Wands. Unleash that love that you have, that passion that you have. I mean, you have the freaking King of Wands under that. So, yeah. Whatever you're seeing for your love life, however you are envisioning it, the King of Pentacles here, his story, the green man, he talks about being wild too, right? And, like, people don't know where to find him. He could be here, he could be there. It's just like, what is it that you want? That's what you need to focus on, not what other people expect, not what you have traditionally done in the past, what you've always done, right? What you've repeated over and over. Like, if there's something new that is speaking to you, calling to you, that's what you need to do. And you need to be very solid in that approach. You need to be very solid in your resolve, is the word that I heard. Okay? Because it's there for you. Like, it's there for you. And if it's something that you want to rest in, it's there for you too. You got the Four of Swords. Okay. Let's see. Bernadette. Next, let me clear these cards. Will my son's toxic relationship with a toxic Gemini woman soon end? Such a good mom. Oh, I feel you. I have 3 girls and a boy, so one day this will be my concerns, right? Will Bernadette's toxic relationship with this toxic Gemini woman end soon, please? Yes, ma'am. I'm hearing it's going to be a bit, still a little bit longer. We have the 10 of Wands here, so this is like almost at the finish line. But with the 9 of Cups, like if this is what you're wishing for, this is what he's wishing for, ultimately it needs to be his wish. Like if he wants to be in a healthy relationship, then yes, the potential for healthy relationships is here with the 9 of Cups. Okay. Let's see. And then we have Princess. Will A break silence and contact Princess soon, please? Will A break silence and contact Princess soon, please? I'm hearing, are you listening, Princess? Are you listening? So I don't know if your spirit guides are trying to tell you something, or if he has communicated with you in the past and you didn't actually receive the message he was trying to give you. I'm not seeing it being like him trying to sneak it in. It's like, this happens all the time. When people have conflict or conversations, you say something and someone else hears it a completely different way. They don't hear what they're trying to tell you. So I'm hearing like, are you actually listening? Are you receiving the message? Okay. One exercise you can do to make sure that that's not happening is repeat what you're saying. Like have that person repeat it back to you after you speak. Be like, okay, now tell me what you just heard. And then they tell you and you're like, that's not really what I meant. And then you go into it again. You got the Chariot on the bottom of the deck, so that's yes. And then you have the 6 of Wands, so that's recognition and celebration. So yes, for sure. A is going to break the silence and contact you soon. I'm saying if you want this to be a successful conversation, you need to do what I was talking about. You guys need to have a very intentional back and forth conversation. If it's important things, don't talk about it in text. Don't talk about it in email. All right. Call, video chat, see each other in person. Okay. Thank you, Kasha. I mean, Princess, sorry. Kelly, you're cracking me up. Blessings, blessing, blessing. Let's see. All right, looks like Kelly's up next. Sorry, guys, I was having to go through and read all these old messages. All right. What does September hold for Kelly? No, I don't think that you had an argument, Princess. I'm just, I feel like there's something he said to you, you didn't understand it properly. And it could like make things make sense. Like why there's separation, why there is silence. I'm thinking maybe that was the vibe I was getting. It's not that you guys were arguing. I'm just saying that happens a lot when people do argue. All right. What does September hold for Kelly, please? Well, you got a lot of cards, Kelly. You have the High Priestess, so there's some things that I am not going to be able to see, but you are going to feel in September. Again, with nighttime being really important for you, I'm feeling like you're going to get these hits at night. And they're going to flood in. It's going to be really clear, really vibrant. It's going to paint the entire picture for you. With the King of Cups, this is beautiful love, right? We're going to read Poseidon for you. And then you also have Strength. This is glorious energy. I love this for you. This girl goes to the cliff every day to meditate, and she works with the spirit guides here. You see bear, elephant, snake, panther, right? And they give her their wisdom. They give her their power. And so in September, you're going to be drawing on all of that wisdom, all of that power that's inside you that you don't necessarily see that you have. Where's my guidebook? Here we go. King of Cups. Embrace emotional balance and compassion, stepping into deep empathy and insight. Yeah. Navigate the human heart with wisdom and grace, for sure. I'm wondering if some of this intuitive hits that you're going to get with the High Priestess here has to do with helping you empathize more with people in your life. I'm going to read the narrative. It says, Poseidon has a foul temper. He controls earthquakes, tempests, and terrible sea storms that lead to perilous conditions. Magnificent in his appearance, he is larger than life and commanding. His legend was created eons ago and has been twisted over time to represent the motives of those seeking to utilize his legacy as an aid or a weapon. But every story has its truth, and the story of Poseidon is no different. What were we talking about with Quill, right? Whoever writes the story has the power and the responsibility that comes with that power. He fell from the holy place into the waters below. So at home was he. What? Oh. So at home was he, but he chose to make the sea his kingdom. It is said that water lacked life prior to being claimed by the god. Now, water is a living ecosystem and a cunning beast in its own right. One moment, it's completely tranquil and terrifying. Oh my gosh, I can't read. One moment, it's completely tranquil and terrifying in its power in the next. That was not written right. It would have been easier to say it a different way. There is no telling what water will do, so it is unpredictable, mysterious, relentless, and deserving of much respect. Such is the nature of the god of water. The inky blue depths of all bodies of water are Poseidon's domain. To anger water is to anger the king. A great many ships have lost their way due to misdealings and cruelty in his kingdom. It is nothing for the king to reach up and simply take down a ship. He smiles upon those who honor the water, assuring smooth passage across any river, lake, or ocean. He can ensure an abundant catch and clear sky, and more than anything, he ensures the safe return of any traveler by water. Nice, nice. Describe a challenging moment during which you exercise control over your emotions. Yeah, so what I'm hearing, especially because I was talking about anger in my life and like this saying he has a bad temper, if you are upset about something, don't respond. Like just don't say anything until you can calm down. And I would say you need to wait at least like a whole day. Like there was a situation at work, I got so mad one day. People were being so disrespectful, so disrespectful. And I specifically asked them to do something and they had completely ignored me. I was so mad and I knew it in my soul. I did not need to go out there. I did not need to go talk to them. I needed to calm down first, and I did not calm down. And so I went out and I was a little bit disrespectful to them, and they didn't like it, right? And so that was a whole thing I had to work through. It ended up being fine, right? I apologized, but then I also said, hey, you guys were disrespectful. I gave you instructions and you didn't follow the instructions. So wait, even if you think you've calmed down, I thought I had calmed down at that point. I had not calmed down. Wait until it's been like at least a day to talk about it. How understanding are you? Do you consider yourself a good shoulder to cry on, and why? And how are you at giving compassionate advice? All right, so what I'm seeing, Kelly, you're going to be getting a lot of intuitive hits. Again, I feel like you're going to step into another level of understanding and empathy and love. This strength is going to come forward for you, and you're going to be able to approach situations that challenged you in the past in a way that's much smoother, much easier. It's almost like you're just flowing with it and it's kind of passing through you. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and do this one. And then I will go back to Princess's other question after I answer this. Princess, what I would say, like, what do you want? Do you want him to come back, or do you want an apology? Like, do you really want him, or do you want to be right? And I know, like, we have to hold each other accountable and hold each other responsible. So yeah, I mean, for sure. We just need to be careful of the expectations and the conditions that we're placing on people. That's all I would say. Yeah. But if you want both, it could take a lot longer for that apology to come. Right? Pride cometh before the fall. All right. Is Amal planning to end the connection with Nobby? If you didn't want him, then you'd care less about him and the apology. I don't want people, and I still want apologies. I think apologies are important because I value apologies. I give apologies when I know that I'm wrong. So it's whatever. Is Amal planning to end the connection with Nobby completely? And Princess, I'm just a stranger on the internet. Like, if you don't agree with me, cool, just ignore me. Works. Is Amal planning to end Nawabi's connection completely? Let's not use those words, Kelly. We don't need to judge anybody. Is Amal planning to end Nawabi's connection completely? No. You have the tower on the bottom of the deck, so that is definitely some disruptions. I think maybe the way that your connection is working may be changing form a little bit. But with the Three of Cups here, he really values the connection you guys have, the community that you guys have. I'm not sure if your relationship in particular is impacting your friend group. That may be a reason for concern here with this being like the community card. But I do feel like he definitely celebrates the relationship with you, but there is some turmoil here. I'm not really sure what's going on. You just definitely need to express your fears around what's happening in a way that honors your energy but does not come across as clingy and needy. All right. Will A come towards Princess with an apology? If anybody else would like a personal reading, just put your name and question in the chat. Happy to pull for you guys. Will A come back towards... Oh, man, guys. Don't make me cancel this live stream. We're not here to argue. All right. Will A come back towards Princess with an apology? You got the Star. So that's healing. So, yeah. Queen of Wands. I'm hearing the less you're worried about it, the more likely it is to come. The more you're just vibing, doing your thing, being in your life, the better your energy will be, and the more he's going to want to apologize. Let's see. You're welcome. All right, guys. Behave in the chat. Remember, on this channel, you come as you are and you stay as you become. That means you stay as you elevate. We don't elevate by calling people names and arguing. Okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow.